Togetherness is the key word here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
And what happens now will speak for itself.
Will you kindly stand in company with their Royal Highnesses for a 1-minute silence in memory of the victims of the Hillsborough disaster? Magnificent. Thank you very much.
And it's Everton in a smart new blue strip who will kick off, playing from left to right in the first half. A quick thought, Trevor Brooking?
Well, I do think it's going to be very tight. Liverpool have to be favourites. Everton running into form, though, coming into this game, and just the odd goal in it. Not a good predictor, though, John, but I'm going to go for Liverpool.
Liverpool attempting the double yet again. Succeeded 3 years ago, failed last year here against Wimbledon. But Everton know that their season hinges on this match. And Everton today are playing in the FA Cup final for the 11th time, equalling the record held by Arsenal and Newcastle. Liverpool, remember, unbeaten since New Year's Day. 22 League and Cup matches, 19 wins, 3 draws. That's the sequence that Everton are up against. And a huge roar as the kick-off on a beautiful Wembley top. Steve Tingley, the groundsman, and his staff have worked hard again to produce this surface. That's Ratcliffe for Everton, Steve Nicol for Liverpool. Bracewell to Stephen. Good ball. Vanden Hauwe, the left back, plays it in towards Nevin. Good skill by Pat Nevin. This is Tony Cottee, and it was Gary Ablett that conceded the corner, and Everton make the stronger start. Now they've got Watson up there for this. So too is McDonald, the right back. Sharp is hovering by the near post. Dangerous and hooked away by Steve McMahon. Will the heat mean a lot of conserving of energy, do you think, Trevor, early on?
I think over the 90 minutes it'll help the game, because Merseyside derbies are usually pretty hectic, aren't they? Not much space, but there's no way they're going to scamper around for 90 minutes closing down people, and it will give a little bit more space, I think, for the ball players, hopefully. And I mean, Everton has settled down very well. In a big match like that, it's always nice to get a few good early touches, and I think most of the Everton lads have had a good touch early on, which will help them.
This is Nicol looking for McMahon. Good through ball. He got away from Ratcliffe. Oh, and John Orr is in a great position. And Liverpool have scored in their first attack. And John Aldridge, the man who missed a penalty here last season in the cup final, didn't take long to make up for it. The ball played through was for McMahon, and it caught Everton. Ratcliffe was out-manoeuvred there. The ball into Aldridge was superb, and his finish was clinical. Well, this is why Ian Rush is having to sit his life out on the substitutes bench. Aldridge is finishing with deadly accuracy at the moment. This is Stephen. And again. Trevor Stephen back in the England picture now, named in the squad for the Rouse Cup. And he's forced a corner there, which will give Dave Watson the chance to come forward. Sheedy. Oh, Nevin in lots of space. Liverpool didn't close him down. Incidentally, the bookmakers got it right, because John Aldridge was the favourite to score the first goal here today, but this was an Everton attempt to cancel that out, and Pat Nevin had plenty of time to line this one up. Sharp's there again, so was Hansen. Bracewell was following up, Houghton got to him first, and Liverpool playing very much on the counter-attack, and how threatening they look when they break out. Barnes. It'll do. Oh, that's Aldridge again! From Barnes. Beautiful ball this by John Barnes. He curled it in menacingly. And Aldridge, who's been doing well with his head too recently, might have had his second. Sharp with Hansen. There's no doubt who won that battle. Whelan. Seems to me now that Barnes is getting more and more of the ball. Staunton. Keeping it simple. Whelan. Tends to be the Liverpool way. McMahon. And now Nicol. There's always a man in a red shirt, it would seem, to receive the ball. Four waiting in the middle at the moment. McMahon. Whelan. And he's got Barnes in. Oh, too far ahead of Aldridge in the 6-yard box. But John Barnes, in this last 5 or 6 minutes, Trevor, has suddenly become a very dangerous customer.
A great through ball from Ronnie Whelan, and the cross as well. What we didn't see was John Barnes go towards Ronnie Whelan in a sharp little 5-yard sprint, which took a couple of defenders, and then he checked and made the run, which Whelan found him inside the fullback. In fact, it was Pat Nevin who was called out in the end, and a little bit softer with the ball across the goal, and John Aldridge might well have had his second goal. But again, in those situations, Liverpool opening up the Everton defence, whereas Everton in that same stage of the field unable to do so.
Just bear in mind Everton's first choice right back, Ian Snowden, unfit for this final. This is Sharp, but Vanden Hauwe is fit on the other flank here. And Sharp's in there, and found room to get in a clean header, Graham Sharp. Sharp's touch. Cotty's offside. He's found the £2 million price tag quite a burden on his own admission, Tony Cotty. He has scored 18 goals for Everton, but hasn't enjoyed the most consistent of first seasons at Goodison. But here's a man who's enjoyed a most consistent season, Aldridge. Beardsley. Houghton probing as always. Oh, Aldridge in again!
Well, again, twice Everton were caught so flat. First of all, the ball down the line to Aldridge, which was played back inside, and then here again, you see they hold the 18-yard box. See Ratcliffe standing just on the 18-yard box. So when the through ball goes, they're caught so flat, and really John Aldridge, I think, so surprised to get the space.
Barnes, and now Beardsley pulling away to the right. Still Barnes. Houghton's trying to stay onside in the middle, and Barnes goes alone, and Ratcliffe brings him down. John Barnes suddenly saw the goal in his sights and thought he would try and break between the two defenders. And he gets caught here by number 4, Ratcliffe. Oh, probably an understatement on my part. Free kick to Liverpool. Barnes having a long look at this. Whelan knowing exactly where Nicol would be. There goes Houghton, but it's going to be a corner to Liverpool. Played back for Whelan. Oh, and Houghton darting in again here. Away by Sharp. Nicol's there. Nevin. Forward by McDonald. Grobbelaar's coming out to meet Sharp. And this could be interesting. Sheedy's in a good position. Sheedy, Hansen blocked, and Grobbelaar must have been relieved. Certainly Hansen let him know what he thought about that particular advance. Time it's the Liverpool supporters who have been through so much tribulation and stress recently, who are joyful and buoyant because their team, thanks to John Aldridge's goal after just 4 minutes, lead in this all-Merseyside FA Cup final. And I wouldn't imagine you'd argue too much with that, Trevor.
Well, apart from those opening few minutes before, in fact, Liverpool got the goal, then really from then on they've got stronger and stronger. The Everton defence has really looked at 6s and 7s, very flat, and even when they're in possession of the ball, they're being just booting it sort of long balls and giving the ball away, whereas Liverpool look so composed, particularly Alan Hansen at the back, bringing it out from defence and keeping possession, and as the half has gone on, they have looked better and better.
So at half-time, it's the Reds in front against the Blues by 1 goal to